Hello everyone, what's up? This is Tobias with TGN World of Warcraft. Some of you may know me as the Terran Bassbolt from the Terran Bassbolt HD Gaming, and today we have some action from World of Warcraft Cataclysm for you, so stay tuned, sit down, don't go anywhere, and let's rock! Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is the Terran Bassbolt bringing you another video from the World of Warcraft, and today we're in the Blackwing Descent raid instance fighting against the Omnitron defense system. The Omnitron defense system consists of 4 different bosses with a shared health pool. The bosses are named Magmatron, Arcanotron, Toxitron and Electron. Each of these bosses has some signature abilities that you have to watch out for. One thing all of these 4 bosses have in common is their shield ability, which they will release at 50% of their energy bar, and do take note that at 50% the next boss will become active. So you have one boss active until he gets to 50% energy, then the next ad will be active, so you have to tank 2 bosses at once, and finally when the energy reaches 0, the guy will shut down and another guy from the Omnitron defense system will go ahead and start fighting you. So you have always 2 bosses engaged after the first 50% phase. Magmatron. This guy is the fire boss of the Omnitron defense system, and he has 3 signature abilities that you should watch out for. The first is Incineration Security Measures. It's an AoE that will hit the whole of your raid, you just have to heal through it. He also has the ability to cast Acquiring Target, that will mark one player of your raid, and then he will shoot a flamethrower at that player. This is a single target cone AoE. The player has to run out of the raid and has to be healed because the damage coming in is around 120k in 10 player mode. He also has the ability to cast Barrier. That will happen at around 50% of his energy bar, and when he does that he will absorb some damage, and if too much damage is made to the barrier will break and a massive fire AoE will be released on the raid, so stop all DPS as soon as he casts Barrier. Arcanotron. This guy has 3 signature abilities that you should watch out for. The first being Arcane Annihilator. That's a randomly targeted arcane barrage that will hit one player. You have to interrupt that, use 3 DPS to interrupt, or you can try 2 DPS interrupting with the occasional arcane barrage hitting one player. The second ability you should watch out for, especially as a tank, is the Power Generator. It's a blue whirlpool that spawns beneath the boss and can be very hard to see, especially if some Death Knight abilities are going off. Pull Arcanotron out of it immediately, because he will have faster cast time in that, and he also will do a lot more damage with his Arcane Annihilator, so pull him out quickly. Have your healers or range DPS, if they are casters, stand in there for mana regeneration. And the third ability is his shield. It's called Power Conversion. Each player hit will give him a stack of 20% cast speed and 20% damage, so please guys, stop DPS, stop auto hits, only use your interrupts. If you have a mage, he can spell steal, or you can also try and purge this buff. It's a magic buff, but if you have all guys hitting on him, that will stack up to infinity in no time. Electron. He has 3 signature abilities that are all very dangerous. The first being the Chain Lightning. Well, guess what? Right. Don't cuddle with other players, keep your distance. The second being Lightning Conductor. It's a single target pulsing point blank AoE spell that will target one player, and that player will continue to pulse an AoE in a radius of about 5 to 10 yards around him, so again, stay clear of other players. That's an ability that has been used, for example, at Freya. And his shield ability is the Unstable Shield. Every hit on him will deal massive AoE damage, so please guys, be careful. This is the single most dangerous shield ability in this boss encounter, so don't hit him. As another hint, if Electron is active and you have Arcanotron active as well, don't cluster up in the mana regeneration zone that is the Power Conductor. Leave that to the healers, other players should stay clear. Toxitron. This is the poison boss of the encounter, and he has 3 abilities that can be very beneficial to your raid if handled correctly. One ability that isn't beneficial but needs to be handled is the Poison Protocol that will spawn 3 slimes that will randomly target players as soon as they spawn. Focus them down. If they reach the players, they will hit them for around 100k, which can be very dangerous, so focus them down. The Chemical Cloud ability puts a chemical cloud, a poison cloud on one player, and anyone in it will receive plus 50% damage. That includes the boss. And his final ability is his shield ability. It's called Poison Soaked Shell. That will give any attacker a poison dot. That will also stack up to large numbers, so please be careful with that as well. You also gain a nature damage buff, but that can be very hard on the healers if you stack up this debuff, so be careful with it. Another hint for this phase: after the slime spawn, pop heroism, bloodlust, time lapse, whatever, as soon as he's hidden in the cloud, go DPS, go. You can take off large chunks of health of these guys when they are in the poison cloud. Alright folks, that's pretty much all there is to say about this encounter, so I'll just leave the video running right here so you can see the epic finale where we almost died because we were too stupid. And yeah, so enjoy that. I wish you juicy loot and a lot of fun with this particular boss encounter. Other than that, as always, please rate, comment and or subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And there's pretty much nothing more left to say than this is the Terran Baseball signing off. Thanks for watching and goodbye.